Welcome back, Antiques collector Larry Maki joining us back on the show. Happy Monday to you.
Same to you, Susan.
Yes.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's wonderful to have you.
Yeah.
On the show today, we're talking about a junk drawer that you cleaned out. You threw it all into a shoebox, and we got some fun stuff in here.
Yeah, I thought it would be funny. This was what you would sort of get out of a collector's drawer there. If he had a junk drawer in his house, you might find objects like this, and this is basically the stuff that I put away and then looked at it one day and tried to figure what I was going to do with it. So
yes.
There's some fun stuff. Well, here for example, this is a little can of Prince Albert pipe tobacco.
Oh yeah.
Now they made a lot of these cans. The yellow one is particularly a rarer kind, but it's a nice tin and it's a collectible.
What does it say? Prince Albert crimp cut. Does the top come off?
Yes, yes it does. And when we were kids, this was the joke. You'd phone the stores that sold that and say, "Have you got Prince Albert in a can?" And they say, "Yes, we do." And say, "Well, why don't you open it up and let them out, hey?" So we found that it's
just do that all the time.
Just hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. This is another thing that this is an old expander that men would use to hold their sleeves up when they were working.
Really?
Yeah, they would bunch their sleeve up. That would hold it there, and they could work, and the
what
sleeve
kind of
would
work? Would this be like white collar? I got to keep the sleeves that sort of thing?
White collar, or people working with fine, like watchmakers and stuff like that. You know, yeah.
Didn't know those existed.
Yeah, that's one. And these are ink blotters that were in there, and of course they only had fountain pens then, and nibs, and so you would have to. The ink would become messy, so you would touch the back of those, and the more attractive they were, the better.
The women on them?
Yeah, I have other ones that are a little more risque. They were not bad, but the lady would be fishing and she'd catch the hook in the back of her dress and be pulling her. You know, like that. Silly little things like that.
But you would flip it over and use the back
to
make
use
sure
the back.
Wasn't
yeah,
there.
And then you'd pat the ink with it, and so it didn't spread. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those are ink blotters.
Very cool.
This is an old street map of Kamloops, 1967, and it opens up into a bigger selection here. And shows how big Kamloops was and everything that was in it.
Do you remember sometimes at restaurants you would get a paper menu and it would have like a map of Kamloops on one side?
The Governors did stuff like that. When they first opened, it was at the Thompson Park Mall. Okay. They had a menu like that, or a placemat.
It would show the map?
Yeah.
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 And then it tells you all about Kamloops
downtown.
Oh, it's changed just a touch.
Just a touch.
The fire hall, what's that now, the Cami Inn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
What was the Cami Inn?
The Cami Inn was, the Saga at one time. We called it the Saga anyway.
Okay.
And then the fire hall was on 4th, right where, almost right where the coffee shop is there.
Yes.
There's a lawyer's office.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
Okay, I'm getting my...
This was in there, and these are Souvenir playing cards with views of British Columbia on them. There's the war tax stamp. They were made in 1909.
Good Lord.
And the pictures are all of British Columbia from that era. So they're quite lovely and quite collectible, and you're playing with a full deck, if you'll pardon me.
Are you playing with a full deck of cards, Larry?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah. And so they're all sort of landscapey impersonations?
There's some of Kamloops in there. And,
is that right? But representing all areas of the province?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How cool is that?
Yeah, they're quite collectible because of that. This you might find, this is a strange thing because you can see it's kind of ratty, nothing. But it was in there, and it's a book by some young woman from the at the end of the, say, 1919, 1920, and she kept a record of everything, and she loved the new fashions that were coming out with the ladies. So she put newspaper clippings in, and then did
Is that her own scrapbook sort of thing?
Yeah, with And to read the stuff that she thought was important is so much fun.
Wow.
And
this is like her diary almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tobogganing.
Yeah.
How crazy. How old is this? Like 100 years old?
Yeah, that's 100 years old.
Wow, those crayons really
And you'll
stood the
see
test of
if you
time.
go a little bit further, some of the pictures are quite nice. There's definitely a 20s flapper.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be neat to find out who's
Yeah,
who
it would
owns
be.
this?
It really would be.
Doesn't
Yeah.
say her name anywhere on it.
Yeah. Before we go, we want to look at this. This is
How are we doing for time? I think we've got 1 minute.
a breakfast menu from the Hotel Bellevue in Sycamoose, which no longer exists.
Sure.
And there's the envelope for it as well.
Pork chops for breakfast.
Yeah.
And the little envelope.
Yeah.
How much do you think breakfast cost?
That's the thing. It would have been awfully inexpensive.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
just
it would have been.
ridiculous. Maybe 75 cents or.
Very neat to see this.
Yeah,
And like the old envelope
And
with
the
the
old
stamp on
envelope
it.
with the heading on it. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah,
Have you
it
been
is.
to any great flea markets lately?
It's been very quiet this winter. In fact, I want to ask anybody, if you don't want your stuff, please sell it to me.
Larry wants
I
it.
want it. So if you get tired of your stuff, please
Well,
give
tell
me
me
a call.
this. What kind of stuff are you looking to collect right now? Like what sort of stuff are you most interested in so people know?
Gee, I'm so eclectic that it's hard to define one area.
Sure.
I love I just don't want anything to get lost, and I'd like to keep it. Hey?
Okay, all right.
Sure.
If you have anything lurking around the house that you'd like to know the value of, if you'd like to know the history of it, Larry is absolutely the guy could help you out with that. So Larry, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and if you don't get that phone number written down in time, give me a call in the newsroom and I'll make sure you get it as well. Email lmaki@telus.net. We're back after a quick break. Stay with us.